Painting a wine glass at dusk, morning, noon, or anything is an extremely advanced subject to tackle. I love painting glass subjects because it challenges me so much. Because when you're painting glass, whether it's flowers in a glass vase with the glass underneath, the glass part is the most tricky part of the entire painting, because modern mind is constantly trying to dig in and tell you what to do. But what you have to be is totally in Zen mind and totally seeing what's right in front of you. Shapes, tones, colors. And if you're not painting exactly what you see, regardless of what modern mind thinks, you won't get the end result. So whenever I'm painting glass, which I love doing because it's actually really difficult, but I love a challenge. So I've painted little perfume bottles, like empty perfume bottles and stuff, and like it does your head in. You have to spend a lot of time on it because there's so many myriads of little shapes in there for the reflections, refractions, silhouettes, all sorts of things going on inside reflective glass. So it's a really tough subject, and you have to have modern mind completely out of the equation. Painting glass. Right, so painting glass. If you want to make a nice glass colour, use transparent, a greyish colour. So we used blue, green, knocked it back with a bit of red, and we got this lovely glass colour. So here's the edge of the glass.
Yep.
If you use enough medium in there, it should flow. That one didn't. You can have like the glass around here. Too boaty, it's got to be much rounder on the ends there. Make that a bit darker there. A bit down here. And then if you wash your brush, dry your brush, and just pick up a little bit of medium. Not too much, just enough to just wake that up a bit. Damp it off a little bit if there's too much on there. And if you just do a little bit of a brush stroke along here, you can soften just one side of it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did do, but it makes it strange.
Just soften, soften, soften. Wash, wash, dry, dry. I've still got red in my brush. That's a problem. And then a little tiny touch of medium, just to soften this edge. Just brush, brush, brush down it. It starts to look a bit more like glass.
Dirty glass.
Yeah, mine's dirty too, but it doesn't matter because we're just using the same colour that you see above. Eventually we're going to put some sparkles of white on this. So if you look at your photo very carefully, you can see there's little patches of white in there, little patches of white on the rim here where there's lovely sparkles, and that sort of thing will really get a bit of bling coming into it. We want to just get a little bit of gradient happening in there. So you just keep your brush very, very dry and then just kind of smear that paint by painting over it again. A little bit of medium will help you to get the paint to smear on the paper. It's very forgiving, this paper. I love using it. So I'm just using observation to see what I see here. And then reproducing that there. And it starts to look more and more like glass when you do that. So the next thing we need to do is the final bit of blocking in colour is the vase. Yep. So, what does Modern Mind tell you that colour is?
Grey.
Grey. What does Modern Mind tell you you could use instead of grey for glass? Blue. Yeah, like instantly just go, yeah, glass is blue. Like. But when I really look closely at this, I think it's got the most beautiful greenish tinge. And I don't think it's necessarily, it's probably partly because it's reflecting a lot of that beautiful green. But also the glass has probably got a bit of a green tint to it. So I love that. It's sort of, it's almost a bluey green. It's a greyish bluey green, but it's definitely a bit greeny.
Green.
Yeah, that one that we used, was that watercolour? Or?
Yeah, watercolour.
Yeah, we came across this lovely perylene green, it's called. Yeah. It's a really dusty, smoky, bluey green. It's a very sophisticated sort of green. So in order to make that, if we use our blue, if we start mixing our ultramarine blue and see if we can get a smoky blue-green. So we'll start off with a bit of blue. Pull a bit of green into it because it's great to not introduce any more colours than we've already got on our painting, because glass is kind of invisible. Glass is a little bit like water. You only see it when it's reflecting colours all around it. So if we can combine, keep the colours quite harmonious, and by having a lot of that green colour in that glass, it'll keep it a very beautiful harmonious painting. So that's why we don't introduce any extra colours at this stage. So if I make this green colour a bit bluey green, it's still quite bright, so you might want to knock it back a little bit, maybe a little extra bit of red. Oh, that's too much. That was like an ant's bum into an ant's bum. That was too much. So let's put some more of the main colour in, more of the green in. We're going to just knock it back a little bit. That's quite nice. If you just use a little bit of medium there, see that lovely smoky dirty green? See this one here that I've got? So just a little bit of red into it. The nice combination of your blue, your green, and a little tiny touch of red in there will turn it into this beautiful smoky muted colour. So this is what we call a gorgeous mouse colour. It's almost grey, but it's not quite grey. It's actually got a colour in it. So I think that will be beautiful to use on here.